history, sha. I studied Yoruba language, Yoruba stroke theatre art in my NC and University Yoruba as a course. So that's me.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So before I go into the topic from the Benin School of Thought, because I and Olu, we met because of this history, and he just reached out to me that he's going to talk. You know, as we that are Edo people, we are very civil people, of course, and I believe there are Yorubas that are very civil as well. So we are not going to come here to throw tantrums at each other. Like I told you before, Mr. Olu, there's something very, very strong in the minds of some of your people. I'm using some because you can see there are Yoruba people here as well, and they are very, very nice people. But there's this common thing among some of your people that they do. So I want you to neglect that. Whether you're on my side, you are not on my side, and we are here to debate ourselves, fact check ourselves. This is not an actual debate. What I'm trying to say is we are going to fact check ourselves to learn. We are not here to fact check ourselves to win. You understand? This is not a topic for supremacy or whatever. So definitely, when you leave this place, maybe due to some words you might have said, you will have some messages on your DM. I'm telling you, so it will not be new to you. You have some messages on your DM. Maybe some might be of threat from your people. Some might be some from your own Ijebu people. You understand? They might say thought history or whatever. So please, I want you to take that on a lighter note. That's history for you, whichever we want to give it. So first of all, I would like to ask you to tell us the connection between Ijebu and Oduduwa. Definitely, we knew Oduduwa lived in Ife. He went to Ife, definitely. So maybe you might be somehow connected, as you are now a Yoruba man from Ijebu. So please, can you tell us the connection between Ijebu and Ife, Oduduwa? Can connect yourself to Oduduwa. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir. The thing is, the forefather of Ijebus,
Yeah.
the forefather of Ijebus is Oluiwa. But you know, when Oluwa came, according to some historians, they said Oluwa came all the way from Sudan down here. You understand? So that was the reason
Yeah,
why.
please, you can always go on, sir. I'm so sorry, I'm not cutting you short. Please, you can always go on without my, I don't have to make any comments. You can just go on, maybe till when you round up.
No problem.
Yeah, thank you.
So, according to some historians, they said Oluwa is from Sudan. When he came to Ife. You understand? Now, so that was the reason why, some Ijebus, they don't believe. So when you see the Ijebu people, they will tell you, we are not part of them. We are not part of the Yoruba people. We are separate. We are this, we are that, because Ijebu, they have their history as well. You understand? But when they were coming, according to them, they say when Oluwa was coming from Sudan, just moved down to Ife. So from Ife, so that was now when he now came down to this area and started spreading. So that's just the Ijebu people for you. So Ijebu,
Yeah.
we are not, Oduduwa is not our own father. No, at all.
Okay, that's the connection, right?
Yes.
Okay, if I should ask
Yes.
if I should ask another question now, this particular question, to look as if I'm trying to do a tautology, what you've already portrayed, because now, speaking as an Ijebu man, you've already differentiated yourself from the umbrella of Oduduwa that is not the father of Ijebu, because you have your migration pattern, which I cannot tell you your history. I will say, okay, because the history of your migration is only debatable between you and Ijebu man, you understand? Your fellow Ijebu. So now, do you believe that just one particular person, gave birth to the whole Yoruba? You know Yoruba, you were all joined together as an umbrella.
Yes.
Yoruba is an umbrella that's covering all the tribe. So if I should ask you now that logically, as a Yoruba person, as an Ijebu man, do you believe that the Aworis, the Lajes, the Egbas, they were all giving birth to by one particular man? Now they are called
No.
Oduduwa is now called the progenitor of the
The
So what do you
capital
have
answer
about that?
is no. The capital answer is no. Because before the emergence of Oduduwa, these people, they have been in existence
Yeah.
before Oduduwa came to limelight at all. We've had people like Orunmila, like Obatala, and the likes of them around Feonile, no, all of them. She understand? So they've been in existence. They've been living in Ife. They've been living in places like Ondo area and the likes of it before the issue of Oduduwa came in. Because Oduduwa himself, when we date his, when we look his age, around 1,900 years. So, and in fact, so many areas they have been in existence before they give birth to Oduduwa himself. So those people, are they child of Oduduwa also? No, they are not child of Oduduwa. So that is it. So Oduduwa came in later.
Okay. Okay.
Sir.
You can go on. You can go on. I'm listening.
So Oduduwa came in around 1100. So that was when he came to limelight.
Okay.
So before he came, before Oduduwa, before the issue of Oduduwa now, before
Okay.
this issue of Oduduwa, like we have
Yeah.
places like, you know, Ekiti, they have been in existence. The Ondo people, like there is one particular place like Obale, all those people, like come down to places like that of Edo now. Everybody, like they've been there before the issue of Oduduwa came in. So we've been like Osongogo. When you look at the interview of this Obateru Akinruntan, the Olugbu of Ugbomokun. So he said something like that.
Yeah.
That okay, their father, they've been there before the issue of Oduduwa, like Obama King was there, and we have many before the issue of Oduduwa, like, so that's just it.
Okay, thank you very much. You know, there are some people on this panel, not just me. Before I will go on, there are some people here. Maybe they would like to ask you some questions and all. Maybe you might be speaking from their own point of view, or you might not. For me, you just spoke from my own point of view that just one particular person. You know, progenitor is maybe we can classify it into biological progenitor or progenitor by an activity, maybe what somebody did in the past, so it can be called a progenitor, and it can be explained. You understand? So what you just gave us now is Oduduwa just happened to be a migrant in Ife that he came. So the question I'm going to ask you before I will leave the floor for my people here, maybe when they ask you a few questions, maybe you clarify them on what you said so far, then I can go on with my own submission. So do you your history, according to your own history, what you've known so far, was Oduduwa from Ife, or he came into Ife from an unknown place?
That is the question we've been asking the elders of Ife. What we are saying, the Ife elders cannot defend that question from now till tomorrow end. They never, the people of Ife
Wahala.
the people of Ife that own Oduduwa, they can't tell us who is Oduduwa himself, because now we have read many books. When we look the book of this man, reference Samuel Johnson, all those books, all of them, all Cyril Adeoye and the likes of them. When you look their books, they will tell us Oduduwa is a son of Lamurudu. Oduduwa, all this, it is just, I'm fed up. Oduduwa, he descended from heaven. Oduduwa Ateworan. All this is capitalized fallacy. It is fallacy. How can one descend from heaven just like that and just come? How can someone come all the way from Mecca, pass through all those deserts, pass through, we pass through before you come down to Yoruba land here, you will first reach those northern area. If you are coming from Saudi Arabia, you come reach all those northern area before you now migrate. Na only you waka come. When you come make that it's not part of it.
Oh,
They
okay,
don't know
okay,
the
that's
they don't know the
yeah. Okay, as you just spoke as an Elijah man. I will say on a very good day, I'm praying to God. On a very good day, I will have a very good historian from Ife. Maybe the person can tell me, but you just spoke as an Elijah man. Definitely, I will say
Ijebu
you
man,
just
an
spoke. Okay,
Ijebu man, sir.
Ijebu, so sorry, please. I'm missing these two places. You just spoke as an
Okay,
Ijebu
because
man.
I wanted to take you up, but then it seems
Not
someone
best to
has
simply
quickly
that.
cut in.
Not best to simply that. So, Mr. Ludayo, we have so many people here on this panel, so maybe they might want to ask you questions. Please, whoever have a question for Mr. Ludayo can unmute and ask before I will go on. Thank
I
you.
think I should be the first person to throw my question. Mr. Oduduwa, welcome,
Okay.
sir. Good evening.
Yes, sir.
My name is Easy. Sir, please, can I do, what is the connection between Ijebu and Ife?
Okay. You know, when times goes on, you see, we're like having, okay, let us talk about one umbrella. Sure, you understand? Now, when you go to Ife, the only thing I'm looking at, when you go to Ife now, you will surely see a palace. Okay, this palace belongs to the Ijebu. This place will belongs to the Remo and the likes of it. Sure, you understand? So there is a connection. So one history told us that when Oluwa came, he gave birth to a child, and he gave that child married Oduduwa. According to the storyline, that one gave birth to a child, and that one is Obanta. He moved all the way from Ife and he came to Ijebu. So and they said that was where we were connected. That when Oluwa came, he came with a daughter and gave it to the Oduduwa as the king of Ife, and then he gave it to children, and they now migrate from there to Ijebu land. So that was just it.
So that's to say that Ijebu and Ife, they are in-laws.
Yeah, according to
According to the
those
story, the history, yeah, they
yes,
are in-laws
yes,
because your progenitor's daughter was given to Oduduwa to marry. So that is
yes,
the
that
connection.
was
So that marriage is the connection.
according to one part of the story that okay,
Sorry, okay.
because
Okay, thank
this
you very
many
much.
because there are many history that have been said earlier, but now it is nowhere to be found. We now later see that it is total error. That's it.
Thank you very much. Thank you, sir. That's my question, sir. I don't think I have any other one for now.
Thank you so much, my brother from Ijebu. I am the Igala one they talked about. I'm just the only Igala person here. And thank you for your history. Okay, so one important thing about history is being able to say the right one out of many that have been given. Now, okay, many people have told you about your history, your origin, your migration. Please, can you tell us where you migrated from, maybe a town, okay, from the location where you migrated from? Can you mention it? Okay,
I don't get
thank
you.
you.
I don't get you.
Okay, you said you migrated from somewhere
It means
to the
it means
present
a
day.
town in Sudan.
Your origin. Yes,
It
okay.
said Sudan before.
Are you
So it
from
means
Sudan? If you are from Sudan, which area? Okay, it says Sudan. Okay.
Thank you. I said it. I said according to those historians, they said they came all the way from Sudan to Ife. She understand? and from there we
Okay.
now
Okay, it's
migrated.
clear now.
So that's just it. Because if you want to see now, you say if they will not say, they will just tell you all of us we are from Ife. But before we get to Ife, where are we coming from? That is the question. So shey na because shey we just disappear on top the land of Ife, and we are now, shey you understand? So we have many history book that will tell you when you read
Good, very
history.
good. Thank
I
you.
will
You
I
see,
will
the
let you
reason
know.
why I just asked is there is this information. Yes. Okay. Even the Awujale, your king. So the Awujale, that is your king, has said severally, right from 2020, the information is there online. If I haven't shared with someone who was trying to argue with me on my program, I think 3 or 4 days ago. So he said that they are from Wadai, they are from Sudan, okay, and they are not Ijebu, sorry, they are not Yoruba, and this information is there. Everyone knows the formation, how many people were merged together to form the recent tribes, which are called recent because their plan was to have 3 tribes. They tried to gather everyone in the north to be under Hausa, Zamfara, even Daura, Katsina State, where the father of Hausa married from Bayajida. They later categorized them as son of Hausa. Imagine you maybe being an Ijebu person now, and my son comes there to marry. Later, they start calling people Igala because you gave your daughter to Igala man. But that was what the historians did. Okay, Borno, where he married from, because the Bayajida married the daughter again of a Borno king. They later called those people Hausa too, Zamfara. That is why you hear of Hausa Banza, Hausa Bokwe, that is legitimate son of Bayajida and illegitimate son. Even Nupe, they categorize them as son of the Bayajida. So you can just look at the irony of the history of Nigeria. So, and if you go to Southeast, it's almost the same thing. They categorized everyone as Igbo, irrespective of your origin, your ancestry. And this is the exact thing that happened to Ijebu people. Okay? And it is not just coming only from you. Already you've confirmed that you people are not related with Ijebu, related with Oduduwa, and maybe your relationship with Ife could be that of a in-law to Oduduwa. But can you confirm truly that people went to Ife to stay before you came to Ijebu, or is just the recent tide that everyone is to link in one way or the other to Ile Ife? Are you sure people went to Ife? Because there is a way you can pass without going to settle in Ife. If you are coming from, you crossed, when your ancestor came from Sudan, we passed through the same river Nile. In fact, there is a town called Jebu, okay, called Ijebu, like you have Ijebu now. If you remove T, there is T in front of it, which I think you people are also from the same place with Igala. And that is why most of our vocabularies are the same. We call Iye, you people call Iye. Now, there is this traditional coronation process, like what happened in Oyo recently. The man has been given a staff of office after the announcement that is not to maybe 2-3 weeks. In the case of Ijebu, the king would have to go and stay in isolation for some days, where they will build one house for him, and he will stay there alone or with a few people, and he will learn some things. Then during the coronation process, he will trek a long distance. This thing is also seen in Bini, is also seen in Igala. This long trek is not in Ife, is not in Oyo, okay, it's not in any part. And that is why that is to confirm what you have said and what Aujale, your king, has been saying, that you people are not Yoruba, but Sudan or ancient Nile Valley people. My question again is there any confirmation that you people went to Ife after crossing this River Niger from here? Did you go and stay in Ife before moving, okay, to the present day Ijebu? If yes, why did you live there? Thank you.
In those days, but those things are not happening now. When we are together,
Yes, continue. I'm listening.
if you are together like this, I can feel like, okay, I'm no longer staying here. I want to go and find my own kingdom. I want to find my own kingdom. I want to find my own kingdom. That was how people were migrating, living where they were. Maybe I came here, I can't stay here, then I will move out. She understand? That one is normal thing that we've been doing right from time.
Mr. Ambassador Yegba, please, are you clear with his answer? So we can proceed.
Yes. Can proceed now. Thank you.
Okay, please, is there anybody here else when you have a word with Mr. Olu?
All right.
Anybody?
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening,
Good evening,
welcome.
everyone.
Welcome. Good
Okay.
evening, welcome.
I think from what he has rightfully narrated, though he has been unable to clarify the people that they met at Ife. I think this has dispelled what he has said. Now has dispelled a lot of. I don't regard them as some of them as storyteller. Rather, I regard to some of them as story liars because they just come and they push narrative for everybody to believe. Whereas some of the things that they were saying are not really how things appears. Now, from what he has said, he said that the Ijebus, that is their progenitor, came from Sudan. A particular man that he said Oduduwa came from Sudan, and when he came from Sudan, he settled at Ile-Ife. So, some people were saying in the comment section, we are not saying that the Ijebus, or perhaps myself, let me not try to go against what he has said. We are not saying that they are not Yoruba, but then they have a connection with Ile-Ife. It does not mean they are not Yoruba. And I think from what he said, that also corroborates what I said the other time, that a lot of people have settled in Ile-Ife, including the real settler of that particular place. Now, migration, as he has said, takes place for diverse reasons. It may be for economic activities and several other reasons why migration takes place. I think the Ijebus living Ile-Ife to where they settle today. Today, the Ijebu settle in some part of Ondo. They settled in some coastal areas in Ondo State. They settled in some areas of Lagos State, and they settle in some areas of Ogun State. Now, the point I am trying to make is we have been able to, from what he said here, we have believed that the Ijebus are originally from Sudan as a result of the migration of Oduduwa, which is their progenitor, and when they came, they settled down in Ile-Ife. I think it was from then they now moved to other part of the present-day Nigeria where the Ijebus live in. Now, as at the time, my question is, as at the time the Ijebus came to Ile-Ife, who were the other people that they met at Ile-Ife? Because as at the time they came, I would not believe that Ile-Ife was just a place that does not have occupants or people that were settling there. Who were, if I don't know if you have idea of people that were settlers of that particular place in those periods where Oduduwa came with his people, because I will believe that he did not come to that place alone. He will come with maybe his people. Maybe if he's a warrior, he will come with slaves, relatives, wives, and some of his subjects to settle there from Sudan when he was coming. That is my question. I don't know if it's clear enough.
is out.
His network, but
Anyway,
but I think he answered that question already because he said when they got to Sudan that the progenitor gave his only daughter to Oduduwa. That's to say he met the Oduduwa there in Ife. That was what he said. I don't know if you guys got it. He said their progenitor Oluiwa gave his only daughter to Oduduwa to marry. So because when I asked him the connection between
No, in addition, he said that yes, he said many people were already in Ife. So he said that before Oduduwa came, many people were in Ife, Obatala and ETC. It's like he may not be too strong, okay, but he tried.
Mr. Jogbon, are you there? I
Well,
know you have something to say.
yeah. Hopefully, I greet everybody. I greet Simply Data, Lord Rishi, Power Tools, Easy Sugar, Easy Omolui, Easy Omolui. I greet you
Easy
specially,
Omolui.
Ambassador.
Easy
Ambassador.
Omolui.
Yeah, I greet Easy Omolui, especially Easy Igodo, Ide Igodo, Migodo. I greet you, Ambassador Ayegba.
Dr. Ojagboyemi, my brother.
Yeah, Igala Igodo,
Yes,
Igala
good
Igodo,
evening.
Igodo. I greet you. What?
Well done,
What
sir.
he said? The man,
Igodomi Godo. Now me be this.
the man already substantiates the cross of the matter. That is the kernel of the matter. That's they have nothing to do with Oduduwa. Just the way I've been saying it. Me, I am not Omo Oduduwa. I am not. I never. God forbid. Aside that, he said something about the Ijebu. He talked about Oluwa, Obanta. There is another version where you read Robert Smith work. You're going to see it in it, where he talked about the
Yes?
Obanta.
Who's that?
That Obanta is
Man here.
they said is Ebonita. It means Ebonita. Why these people are saying Obanta man from one place? They say it means Ebonita. And they said something that the Jebus are like, I don't know, something the Benin people, the Benin of them in that book. But that aside, the question is this: Atife, if he said they met Oduduwa, and he has even answered, there is no question I want to ask him because he has answered that you want to know. You cannot say people just stop at Ife. Where did they migrate? What is their migration pattern? Where did they even migrate from? So I think he has settled the case already. That is, they see the history they have been saying. There are a lot of what is it called? Big concussion, a concocted history in what they have been relaying. They have not been able to show us the Ijebu people who were there before Oduduwa. Where did they? You see, they will just be telling you series of history. But Mr. Oludayo, if I'm right, I will just ask you one simple question. One simple question. Remo, Ijebu, they are Ujale. Are they the same people? Like Remo, Ijebu, Ijebu-Ife, Ijebu-Mushin, the Shagamu and the rest. Are they the same people? That's my question.
Hello, Mr. Olu, are you there? Hello, Mr. Olu, are you there?
Hello? Hello?
Yeah, are you there? Someone just asked you a question.
Yeah. Yes,
We can hear you.
Yes. The thing is the realm of the thing. The Remos, if you go to the palace of Akarigo today, he will tell you he is not a part of the Ijebus, that they are separate, that the Ijebu are separate. That is it. They will tell you the Ijebus are separate, they too they are separate. when you look before, when they were this Ogun State of a thing, the Ijebus and Remos, they are together before, but now so they have split it now. So Remo is separate, Ijebus they are separate now in Ogun State. Check. You will see Remo division, Ijebu division, Yewa division, this Egba of a thing. So that's it.
The question. They are not the same. That's it. We can go on.
Okay,
That's
Mr. Oduduwa.
you see,
Okay, go on.
I saw some people saying some things over here that maybe we don't know what you were saying. No problem. They can easily go to Google. If they go to Google, they will surely meet it there that the Ijebu people, they are from Sudan. Simple arithmetic. They are going to meet it there.
Okay, Mr. Olu. Maybe you have
Yeah, I wanted to ask him a question. I want to ask him a question.
Wait.
When he came earlier in Waya Buta High, so when our brother came earlier, he said he was an historian and overall very, should I say, to his own knowledge, he's passed to some certain in some certain areas of the Yoruba history. So I kindly want to know about the relationship between the office of the Oni of Ife and how it relates to Oduduwa as a person. Is the person of the Oni of Ife a descendant of Oduduwa, or there have been some misconception over the years about the office and what it owed in the general Yoruba kingdom or Yoruba land? Yeah. So this is my question.
Okay, Mr. Olu, are you there? Hello, Mr. Olu, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, did you get the question? Did you get the question?
The issue of yes, the Oni to the stool of Oba of Ife, the authority over you. The thing is, there are many.
He asked if he's a descendant. What's the authority? Yeah, that's his question.
The thing is, on that seat, that Ife seat, there are many controversies about it, because when Oduduwa reigned as the king in Ile Ife, he was Olofin of Ife. So it was after Oduduwa they started using Oni. Part of the history, they said, according to the historian, they said that okay, it was a chief priest that was bearing that name, Oni, the person monitoring the gods of the land. She understand that after the demise of Oduduwa, he now became the king of Oduduwa. Some said, it was a slave that was impregnated then. So it was that slave that became the Oba of Ife. She understand. So we have many fashions of that. We have many fashions of that history. That is it. So that kind of history now, we don't. If you look at history, we don't have a collective history.
Just tell us the one that you think is the truth, the one that you believe is the truth. Okay, you just, because we have many things also. Just tell us the one that you think this is the major one, as an authority.
Why
this
I
is
can't
what
accept
not the other different versions of those that try to lie.
Now as I am, I have never accepted one. Because when you go to these people, they will tell you it was the slave. When you go to these people, it was the Oni. When you go to people, they will tell you all of them. Like the Ife history, I just said it. Ife, the history of Ife, it is somehow complicated till date. There are many things they told us in the beginning that now we are now saying that is error. It was error.
Okay. I'm not really good when it comes to history. I'm not the brightest in the class. And so let's me that um, from your narration and possibly some few Yoruba books that I have opened, which also align with what you have just said. Meaning, if you should restrict it, or if you should balance it, it's more like the Alaafin of Oyo, who is most likely a descendant of Oduduwa. In If you come to Yoruba land, he's the one of, should I say, the true king in Yoruba land, due to the fact that for some time they acted in that particular seat. So I'm trying to understand, when it comes to the protection of the Yoruba race, what is the authority or what is the position of the Oni of Ife back then
Okay.
in ancient times, when we had no military, when we had no policemen to hand, like the general well-being of
Okay.
the Yoruba people.
Right from time, right from time till date, Oni of Ife is the number one traditional ruler according to history until date. That is the Olofin of Ife. You know they are using Olofin. So Olofin. So after Oduduwa, they started using Oni. She understand. So the number one traditional ruler before the Oyinbo came in, it was the Olofin of Ife. No any other one
Yeah,
again.
yeah, yeah. So I get that. Say that. What I said was like, what was their art? How did they protect the Yoruba race? Like the warfare and all of that. How was Ife very instrumental
The
in that
owner,
particular area?
the thing is, the person, the Oba that is in charge of security, what have you, anything anything security, okay, go there. It was the Alaafin for you.
Okay.
Alaafin for you.
Okay, okay.
No any
So
other,
I'm
no
mute now.
any other. Eh?
Okay, I said I will mute now. Though I have a lot of questions, but let me give my mic here.
All right,
Come on, sir.
Mr. Webber. Thanks for the contribution, Mr. Ducentry. Please, before I will go further, because I might have maybe kind of a lengthy submission, please. If anybody on the panel that wants to ask Mr. Olu a question, you can kindly unmute and ask. Nobody? Okay. Then I will go on. Mr. Olu.
I'm here, sir.
Okay. You know, like I said, you were reading the comment section. So I just told you when you please, I don't know if you can silence your notification. I'll be glad. Thank you.
Greatest Epa, greatest Edo. Sorry, I want to ask him a question. Sorry, I was not with my phone. I was listening. I had to rush to get it.
All right,
Before you start, I beg novice. Mr. Olu, you know earlier you made a statement, and your statement was that the title changed from Olofin to Oni. Now, can you tell us when that title changed? Can you tell us the relationship and how Oni is blood related to Oduduwa? Because we know how Alaafin is related to Oduduwa. We know that one is well explained. We know the history from that point of view. But we don't know how Oni is blood related to Oduduwa. And so that is why I want you to explain to us how is it the title that just changed, or even the person of the person changed? That is the personality of Olofin also changed. So that is what I'm asking you from that from my own school of thoughts here.
Mr. Olu, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm talking. Hello.
Okay.
This question.
Okay. See, sorry, please, I'm not cutting you short. You know, this TikTok, you have to mute and unmute. So I think you are not too used to it. So when they ask you a question, if you are muted, I will unmute you just like I did now. So please, you can go on.
Fine. The changing of Oni from Olofin, we've asked this question several times that okay, what happened to this? Till this present time, no answer. No answer. So we are just wondering. We are just wondering. Okay, no problem. So far they can't provide answer for us. Then we leave them. We face other things that concerns us in history.
Okay.
Okay,
Mr.
okay,
Isomo, I don't know.
yeah. No, great. Sorry. Okay, then. Thank you very much. So you're okay. So you're also confused due to the multiple version, right?
Yes.
Now, then you said something that the Olofin. You said you have seen so many versions of the Oni, the historical accounts of the Oni. But so I want to just say this: there is no different version of the office of the Oni. It is from every account. The Onis, we have so many documents from different historical accounts from different historians that says the Onis. You already said it that he is not blood related to Oduduwa. Just since you did not know, I want to tell you categorically he's not blood related to Oni, and all the accounts out there says that he is an Abore. Sorry to say, but that is Samuel Johnson said it. Other Yoruba subsequent historians have also maintained that same position. So so that is just it.
Yes, they said that. I said it earlier that they said like the Oni, according to some fashion, they said it was a chief priest like Abore who monitored the gods of the land and the likes of it. You understand? So that's it. So we have many fashion. So we have many contradicting history about that. So that's why we are like, okay, all this history that has many multiple and something, we just take it away. Then we go for the one that is very straightforward. Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, I'm done. Epa, greatest adult. Thank you. Where's Kakabo? I'm done. That is my
Thanks a
question.
lot.
So,
I'm ready to listen to your lecture.
All right, sir. Please, Mr. Olu, you are going to stay with me because now we've asked you some questions, which maybe some that has been bothering us. But before I will go, I would like to plead with Mama Easy, please. I'm going to put you on the big screen in just a few seconds. Please, as earlier discussed, we are going to be having whether pictures or documents, we are going to be having them on the big screen. So as to clarify whichever, because I'll call it a claim because not everybody will agree with me. So whoever does not agree with my own school of thoughts can come up and debunk me. And that's why Olu is here. Maybe I might be saying the truth. Maybe I might be lying. I believe that's why we are here. Because history is a shared thing and we are all definitely going to learn from history. So before I go, Mr. Olu, this question for you. They are not much. Can you hear me?
I'm here.
Okay, thank you. So as an Ijebu man, yeah, you said you're Ijebu, right?
Yes.
Okay, I don't want to mistake it with Ilaje again because I'm always conflicting these two words. So as an Ijebu man, what do you understand from your dialect of this Yoruba language, as we may call it? What do you understand by the word Orene? What is the meaning in Ijebu dialect of Yoruba?
Actually, there is ever since that I've been, I have never. When you hear organ something like that, you will see it. Those tonation, those sound, Ilaje area, those sound, Ilaje area, Owo, and down. So not this area. Nothing of such. I never. It may something of such may we may have it, but I've never come across it.
Okay, thanks a lot. Clearly, an Elijah man is here, and he also told us, and he made us to understand. You see why I said we are all here together. So I just quickly shift it in. This is a particular question. I'm asking you this question just to clarify some certain individuals that are trying to push a narrative before I go into my submission. And I'm going to ask you another question. Maybe you guys have it in Ijebu dialect as well. What do you understand by the word Idu? Because maybe it might be something you use here, Idu. What does it mean in Ijebu dialect?
I don't think we have such. I don't think we
Okay.
have. You know, the Idu, we may have it in other dialects in the Yoruba territory. Do you understand? But I don't think we have it.
Okay. So that's for
You see,
that.
the
I think, okay.
the fact about our history from Oduduwa himself to others, I don't think they have record like that. But the history from Oromiyan, down, it is traceable and direct. So anything from Oduduwa to all those Obatala, go like that, I don't think we have documents that back those history up very well. I don't think.
Okay. Like I said, we all have our school of thoughts depending on the tribe or where we are. Definitely, I will call you a Yoruba man, but due to this history, I'll call you an Ijebu man because you are speaking from your own side
Never
of
forget.
what you do.
Never forget. Today we are Ijebu. Today, then,
Yeah.
then before today, everybody we are separate. Ekiti is Ekiti, Ijebu is Ijebu. Everybody we are separate. But when it got to 1919, so
Yeah.
we have a meeting. Then okay, let us be working under one umbrella. Let us adopt one name. That okay, let everybody accept that we are this. So that was when we now accept that okay, let everybody be, we should be under the umbrella of Yoruba. All of us, we are Yoruba. Shall you understand? And then I have evidence. Before 1919, go and check the books that have been written before 1919. Maybe the books they are 18, if they want to address, they won't say Yoruba. If they want to talk about Yoruba, if any book is talking about Yoruba people before 1919, go and check it very well. It will be talking about the Oyo people, the Oyo Empire. Like when this man, Henry Townsend, when he started newspaper something in here in the south, in the west here, he called it ìwé ìròyìn fún àwọn Ẹ̀gbá àti Yorùbá. This paper mill, it is for the Ẹ̀gbás and the Yorùbás. Shey you understand? But shey you understand now? That's a simple example of it. So it was after 1919, and today when we have accepted that, let's be bearing Yoruba together. Shey you understand? So that was when you see any book now, Yoruba, they will not talk about Ekiti, talk about shey you understand? But before then, it is only Oyo, how Oyo is doing their things and the likes of it. But today, if you are Ekiti man, you are Yoruba man. If you are Ijebu, you are Yoruba man. If you are from Owo, you are Yoruba man. If you are from Delta State, the Shekiri, so they are Yoruba man and part of the Edo. So they believe okay. That's just it.
No,
Okay.
Shakiri are not Yoruba.
Ambassador.
Shakiri are not Yoruba. And there is no
Okay.
part of Edo that is Yoruba.
Before you go on,
Okay,
let me
who is
No,
that
no,
man?
Mr. Mr.
Hello.
Ayeba, we are not going to Shakiri. They can claim whatever they want to be. That's their business.
Hello.
I want to add something.
Okay.
Hello, sir. And I want
Okay.
to
Go ahead, Mr. Olu.
please. I want to respond. I want to respond my brother that said there is no Edo that they are Yoruba. The thing is, when you look, when I'm very conversant with Edo history. Most especially I look into Edo history very well. When one particular place is called Usen in Edo. Do you know Usen, Abi? When you check the history of Usen,
Yes, continue.
Usen people of the Edo, their king is Oluwawure, otherwise called Elawure. Oluwawure. When I check the history of
Hold
that
on.
Usen,
Okay.
are you there with me, sir?
Yeah, I'm there with you. I just wanted to speak
Yeah, yeah,
because,
yeah.
like I
Yes,
told
very
you
well.
earlier.
Usen is here.
Yeah, I told you earlier.
Usen is
So,
Edo
Yeah,
State.
please,
Usen is
please, we
Edo
should
State.
allow him. We should allow him finish. I know. We have to counter him.
That is what
Usen
I was
is
going
here.
to say. Please, let's allow him speak. We can have civil conversation. So that was what I was going to say. Yeah.
Okay. You know Usen is Edo State. But when we check the history of Usen, according to the history, they said Usen, those people that dominate Usen, they are from Ife, like a brother to Oromiyan when Oromiyan was when he was coming to Benin. So when you now look the title is Oluwawure, otherwise called Elawure. But I check the history, like okay, no problem. So that's just it.
Okay. Please, I know
Okay.
there are some of the
Okay.
brothers here.
Oromia was the son of who?
Please, sir. Hold on, sir. Hold on, sir.
Oromia was
Hold on,
the son
sir.
of who?
Wait. Sorry, Ambassador. Please hold on. Let's take it one at a time.
Okay.
Let Greatest
Okay.
and Edo handle it. I know you're pissed because he said the Shekiri is a Yoruba. Because I know you guys have a stake. Igala has a stake in the Shekiri, so I understand why. But please hold on.
Hold on.
Greatest, carry on.
Yeah.
No.
Thank you, Mr. Izomo. Olu
Oh,
Ade.
greatest,
I want to.
sorry.
Yeah.
Mudia, greatest. Mudia.
Okay.
Uh, uh, Mr. Olu, yes, you said something about the Yoruba. I'm just concerned about that. I know the Usa history, the Edo people will clarify that one time. You said something about, yes, that is how it was, went outside the newspaper. Could you people believe that this Olodo Ogana was trying to change that narrative for that newspaper? If you look at the top of the newspaper, the heading is ìwé ìròyìn fún àwọn ọmọ Ẹ̀gbá àti àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá. That is for the Ẹ̀gbá people and the Yoruba people who are the Yoruba people. This guy now said he understood the mind of the writer, that he was just trying to, that when he wrote to the British Council, that he was just telling them that he has done something. He has set up a newspaper, and the newspaper is was he only used the Egba and Yoruba, but he meant Yoruba. This is another person narrating it the way it is. This is how this history is. Ìwé ìròyìn, I still have the copy. I will check my archive. I will send to Madam Izzy, will paste it. Ìwé ìròyìn fún ọmọ Ẹ̀gbá àti Yorùbá, two things. So we can move forward. I just want to elaborate on that.
Okay. Olu, what I wanted to say is that we have my brothers here in the house. You understand? You just made a claim. When you came earlier, I told you something. I said you are not here because some of your brothers are already thinking maybe you were paid or you were brought from somewhere. I didn't know you from Adam. You reached out to me and you're here. Now, what I'm trying to tell you and what I told you earlier, I said we might be on different note of history. This is from your school of thought or what you saw, what you read. If you drive into my history, I will counter you and I'll correct it. And if I drive into your history, I will correct it. You see, the larger man, it did not even allow me to call you an larger man when I made that mistake. That's how histories are countered. So, about the Hussein you just said you read or you heard of, I want to clearly tell you that Hussein, they are Edo people. They are pure Edo people. The name Use does not have a meaning in Yoruba, but it has a meaning in Benin, meaning Usien, next 5 days. So if you go deep into the history, I believe my brother here, he wants to tell you and lecture you about the history. So you come to understand that Use are pure Benin people. So Mr. Edosen, I know you want to give a submission on that.
Do they have a king?
Yes, yes, I do.
Any like Oba?
They don't have a king. They don't have a king. They don't
They
have a
don't have a
king.
king.
Listen.
Use is a
My brother, can you hear? They don't have a king there.
Oludayo, are you there?
Oh, please, guys, let only one person interact with him. Let it not be two hostile, please. Just one at a time. So I think Educentric, if greatest Edu say you should carry on. So please.
Okay, I think he's up.
Oluwade, are
I
you
want
there?
to ask you just once.
I'm here.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Before I jump
As
into
you are listening, someone to engage you on something.
Before I jump into the history of the recent people, Oludayo, before you started
Yeah,
your
I'm here. I'm
submission, you
here.
said yes. Before you started your submission, you said that what was his name? Oduduwa or Izoduwa met some people in Ife, and by so doing, he was not the one who created or established the town called Ife today, because they were indigenous settlers, they were indigenous people there before it came. More or less, it was more like a stranger. Oh, he left. It was more like a stranger in that particular area. So if it's still in the comment section, if you say it, I think I should just give a brief on the history of the Usain people. Usain at first did not begin as Usain. It was during the exodus of Oromia into the Benin Kingdom. That was how it got its name, Usain. Before then, before the time or before the period Oromia got to Usain, it acted as a farmland, as a specific farmland owned by Oyebo. Oyebo, that was how it was called before the coming of Oromia. Meaning there were people living there, there were indigenous people living there before Oromia left Ife to Benin when he was invited by the Edion and other Benin chiefs. So on their way to Benin, this the Lawe of Hussein, as you call him, is not like Oluwawe, but maybe that would be how you guys pronounce it. But in Benin, it's called Elawe. He acts as a chief priest. He acts as the capacity of a priest to the Oba of Benin. Though while in Hussein, he acts as in the capacity of a chief, like an Enoge. An Enoge, not really a duke, as not really an Enoge now, but he acts as in the capacity of a chief as the capacity of the year itself would do. Same capacity. The level of Hussein walk in, and he is not a brother to Oromia. He is not a brother to Oromia. Let's rewind back to when the chiefs. Let's rewind back to when the chiefs actually came to ask for the return of Oduduwa, to ask for the return of Oduduwa. It was hard for Izoduwa to release one son for them because of the ordeal he passed through. So after that, he reconsidered after the lies incident and all. He reconsidered and sent Oromia to Benin. That is what our history made record of. The Elawo of Hussein is not a brother to the Oba of Benin in any form or way. If you check all the classical history of the Edo people, all the history of even the Hussein people, they are not brothers. He is not a brother, but a chief that accompanied Oromia to Benin. So why they got to the place called Ugbo Oyibo, like I said, Ugbo Oyibo means the farmland of Oyibo. That was basically where Oyibo farm, where he lived. Because then, we know the empire, the kingdom then was a little bit large. So a lot of people had to go farther to look for farmland to farm on. And there were a group of people living in that particular farm. So while they got there, there are some history that said that on their way, this Amosu, the stench of that poured on him, and he was unable to go further to Benin. And basically, there were people living in that thick forest in that area. So it was like, let me stay in this particular place, and I will catch up with the party few days from now. So Oromia told him that do all you have to do, or do what you can relax or rest here. But Hussein not there, not even Hussein not there, Odo Mima will there, or you come with us in the kingdom. That is, he gave him the like Hussein in Benin kingdom means next market day or previous next market day, you come with us and catch up with the party. And that is another pointer that old way or old Ife itself also speak Edo language, because if as a matter of fact, if they did not have Edo language there, if there was no evidence of Edo language there, I don't believe he would have used an Edo word to rename the farmland Koduboy, or to say he would have said it more like in the Yoruba language, because the Yoruba language is more of Meji, Meta, and know a little bit of your alphabet. Hussein is more or less a variation of Hussein. Hussein is more or less an offshoot of Hussein, that is 5 in Edo language. So when you mix it up, you get your kind of answer. So it's more or less a word that span out from our own numeral. Yeah. So that was how he was left there to remain in Hussein. Before the party of Oromia got there, Hussein was already a thriving town, though not really a big society, or not really a big society as at then, but there were people living there. And Ikirin tree was already there. It was already a town associated to someone. That is the Hussein town today is more or less a bilingual community. It's more or less a bilingual community. There are those that speak the Hussein language, which is a mixture of Edo and Ikale kind of language, and they also speak the general Edo language. They have met a lot of Hussein people, and they don't disagree with this. Yes, we speak the Hussein language. We also speak the general Edo language. They don't come to Benin to learn the language. It's by default. As they hear Hussein, you they hear the Edo language, and they are, just like I said, the party that represents them, that came from Ife. Maybe not. Or yes, he came from Ife. What's his name? A fellow Guinean came from Ife. So definitely, let's just say he is a Yoruba person. You should not forget that the person who is in charge of installing the Elawo of Hussein, called the Oliya of Hussein, he is a bona fide person from the Benin area, and he had the other people with Benin ancestry in that particular area. So the position of them saying Hussein is a kingdom, Hussein is not a kingdom. Hussein is merely a town headed by a chief of the Oba of Benin, who acts as a priest when it comes to the palace issue. So it's not really how you see. Hussein is not really how you see it on Wikipedia. Because if I should ask you, you should ask that guy, where did you get this history of Hussein from? He will tell you it's not from Wikipedia. But if you want to learn the history of Hussein, people go and meet the chiefs, go and meet the Elawo of Hussein himself. These people will explain to you how the town was formed. Influences from both sides, but that doesn't change the history of Ghana and how the people of Hussein see themselves. I've seen people from Hussein that greet Lavieze. I've seen people from Hussein that greet Lani. there's this guy Omokaro on Twitter. He greets from Hussein and he greets Laviese. So they don't. It's not really restricted to Lawe as a lot of you want to think it to be. So it's more or less a diverse community. And yes, no place in this whole world is 100%. Even Benin City itself, we have people who are of Igala ancestry in Benin. We have those who are of Isoko Robo East ancestry in Benin. But today, they all agree to the fact that, oh yes, we have been here and yes, we are Edo people. Same thing, you know, everybody not supposed, no, every that place, even my own town that I'm from, not be there are Ika people that lives among us that have Christianized into the Edo culture. So that's the same thing that happened in Hussein. They came and they were accepted. And it was because he was not also supposed to stay in Benin. This that of Hussein was not also supposed, was not also supposed to remain in Hussein. He was supposed to catch up with the party in Benin. But when the days that the time that was given to him, that is the 5 days given to him, elapsed, Oromia told him that he doesn't want to see his face in Benin. Based on the time he gave to you, you did not keep to the deal, or did not keep to the bargain, or keep to the instruction that was given to you. That is the reason the Elder of Hussein does not see the Oba of Benin face to face, because he was kind of reprimanded. It was kind of his punishment mounted on him by Oromia. So there's nothing really special about that particular story. But the thing is that we need to put things right. There are also a lot of party that also came with Oromia too. And yes, they Christianized all of those stuff. Same thing, we are talking about that people migrate from places to places and Christianize. Same way Ikala they migrated to that side. And also people now regard or want to call him a Yoruba person. But if you tell them but they don't want you to call him an Edo person who he is, but they want to call the Lao of Hussein a Yoruba person, based on the fact you claim or you think Hussein himself was, based on the fact you claim he migrated from Yoruba land and informed Hussein is not the kingdom. There is no king in Hussein. He is merely a chief that acts as in the same capacity the yourself would do act for the Oba of Benin, and that is just it about the Hussein people. Hussein is not in absence of other Edo villages. They one of the major parts. It shares boundary to Kada, so it's in main Benin and all of those stuff. So any of them, when he come just now, he make this claim that Hussein is a kingdom. I don't have just swing back Hussein. Those because they don't. If you should look at their propaganda for ages now, they have been trying to kind of bring the Hussein, tell the Hussein people, say, you guys are not a dope man and those stuff, and a lot of them has also spoken that this thing you are saying is wrong. So if yes, you believe Baba Afolokiyan migrated from Ife, meaning Hussein people are Yoruba people. Okay, the king of Ikoya of the Ikale people migrated from Benin. So the Ikale people are all Edo people. Those in Ikire Ekiti, the king migrated from Benin. So those in Ikire Ekiti are all Edo people. Those in Akure, when you look at some oral history that concerns Akure, also pointed that they migrated from Benin. The king migrated from Benin. So they are all Edo people. So we should be logical as the way we think. Our thought, we should be logical. We should try to say things the way it is, and we should try to say history the way we should try to dish out history the way it was actually prepared. Don't say you got to add your own things to kind of heighten the taste. Hussein is not a kingdom. Hussein is not in absence of other Eduta. Is a is Naido people they be basically. So we should get that. They should get this into their thought process now. Logical, you can, and I say greatest Edo. It go on for now. I will use my mic here. Come on, sir.
God bless you, Mr. Docentric. Please, like I always say, there's nobody that you will tell that this particular person knows his father very well, that the father is from Akwa Ibom. You want to tell this person now that no, your father is not from Akwa Ibom, it's an Ijebu man, the person will not agree with you. So, like I said earlier, with the Edo people, we know the nucleus of Edo, we know the surroundings, and we know all of them. The Usain that they are painting, I don't know where they found a report from, which is very, very and totally wrong. That's not the history or whatever of Hussein. If you meet a Labura of Hussein now, it will tell you clearly that no, this place is not. They have deities there. The river is there. Bonedo is there. So the names of the quarters and all of them, I've met with Hussein people. Hussein is about 30 minutes drive from my own community. Should I call my community that has over 50 communities that makes up the community that I live in? Should we call that a kingdom? No. It's still under the Oba of Benin, and it's a chiefdom. It's a chief. So whosoever that is misinterpreting that part, Hussein people, they'll never agree with you that they are Yoruba. They'll never call themselves Yoruba, except those misguided elements that are online, because out of 12, definitely there are Judas inside. So these are the Judas. So sticking to the topic of today, I'm so sorry everybody for the digression.
Sorry to cut you, but I think I need to let me say this. For people listening, please. I think we should be also be on come from this point of view, whereby we understand that many of these people have not been to Hussein before. So, like the guy that came to speak when he spoke earlier, he's actually coming from that point whereby I think he has Googled Hussein, and Wikipedia for some people is like a source, but we all know it can never be a credible source. So I think we should also not be too harsh when we try to correct them. Instead, we can do it understanding where they are coming from. So some of them is just a pure ignorance, right? Because they've never been there before. So it's just information they will just find online. That is why these people are trying to cloud the internet and rewrite all the history everywhere. And that is one of the thing that is happening now. So thank you. Carry on, sir.
All right, thank you very much. I get your point. So please, what Mr. Izomo just said, we shouldn't rely on Google to know the history, most especially when you want to talk about history. You can Google your own personal history. That's not our problem. But going into other people's history, I guess you should know the place first. You understand? So you cannot come here and talk about a village that is very close to mine that I know very well. I know the people and all of them. So you cannot come and claim whatever you want to claim to be quiet. You understand? So I also met a very prominent person in Hussein recently, and he told me that we speak with the Hussein language, and we are Beninese original. And after he finished his prayer, the last word he said was Oba Atokwe. You cannot pass, when you pass Hussein, you are still going down to Uhe, you are still going down to Okada, you are still going down to so many places inside Edo, inside Benin. So you cannot say a place is a kingdom inside a kingdom, or there's a king where a king resides. Obagwabadia, there are not two kings. He's not even if you I have the 1979 Gazette, I have that document with me. Hussein is far, far below. Lawura is far, far below. So I don't know, people that are pushing those narratives. I want to tell you, visit Hussein first. Don't use Google. Go to Hussein. When you get there, you ask them questions. They'll tell you clearly. So that's for that. So going to the topic of today, whenever we're having discussions, like I said on one of my live videos, I said history is a very wide thing. We talk about, we might want to, I don't know, it's not muted. We might want to talk about one particular man, and we might digress to any other topic about that man. So I'm sorry, we are going to stick to the topic. So Mama Izzy, please, are you active? Because this is the time I'll be needing you most. Are you active, ma?
Your service, sir. Are they?
All right, man. Please, I'll be putting you on the big screen now. Okay. First of all, before I start, there are some people when they are trying to prove a point. There are some points you don't even need. You need, but you don't need too much books to prove a point about some history, due to the fact that some are clear. It does not mean you don't need that book, but you do not need so many books. Now, we are going to talk about Kaladeran's transmutation into the personage of the person of Oduduwa. If you check some other people that are pushing this narrative that Kaladeran did not exist, and later they found that, so they had to agree that he existed, but he is not Oduduwa. They are using this particular Russian man, is a Russian, Dmitry Bodarenko, to prove a point of which a white man cannot tell us our history, which is not correct. And if these people are trying to prove a point that Kaladeran did not go to Ife with Bodarenko, definitely, because they are Yoruba people, they will want to agree. I want them to also agree to the fact that Bodarenko made mention that
Sorry to interject. Lodushi when Yerun Yaswe, my wife, I don't know, but I see is commenting there. I don't know.
Okay.
Because we're about to start the chat. It's just a very short one. We do your time, you know. Just a very short one.
Yeah. My people, we are going to go in for a short prayer. Our brother has made a suggestion, and it's a very nice one. So, Osanu Dazi, Organoisa, Akpamakbaye, Uriole, Mahiaswe, Oredo, Okagbona, Ta, Maitagbegbe, Mayugbegbe, Namase Akimaba, Namase Akoba Urieji, Imato Agbemakbe. Afian gbe no asoma ire dene na ya fe orima no orima ason ataje orima va ataje anytime na re ogaje tun so ba ni wa ya fe ni re won imami wa kegbe onu bo kan ya ne ro na wa le no wa be ya won wa domo domo oba to pe
long live the king, the Oba of Benin.
The Oba of Benin is the conclusion.
You saw the video I sent you yesterday. Hey.
Yeah, I saw it. I have it before. I have that video before.
Small time everybody don't stand up. Waiting now. Waiting happen. Kilo shele. And there was someone with
the governor.
He didn't stand up. It's from the South region, Sha. Oh, I'm very sure. Because he's dressed in the Benin way. He didn't stand up. No, Shanu one be you.
So the Oba of Benin is the conclusion of every prayer, because it's the connection we have with our ancestors. So whenever we finish our prayer, we say whether you are a native doctor, whoever you are, the prayer of the Oba is every day, and you must say Oba talk.
We love our Oba so much. In fact, now our God King.
Yeah, he's our God King.
But forever deal with our Oba. We are not going back. If you like, go and be crying somewhere and say, this forever. My children, they will do the same thing. But moon arrest. We are beginning at the highest.
So, thanks everybody for the patience and for the prayer you just said he said to. So, like I said, but Aranko made mention that the Oni of Ife is a slave descendant that was supposed to be, the mother was supposed to be used for sacrifice. So, he's not in any way connected to Oduduwa, because Oduduwa used the title Olofin Adimula. Oni was later pardoned. The mother was later pardoned. So when he was giving birth to, he took the place after the children of Oduduwa were not at Ife. So he took the place of being the guardian to the shrine of Oduduwa. So he's a chief priest according to. So whether he's elevated by whoever, I'm stating what he wrote. And it's also the same thing also appeared in the book of Samuel Johnson. So we are not just bringing this up. If one account should appear in more than 5, 6, or thereabouts, any place, more than 1, 2, 3, then it's likely to be true. of which if you ask another your person, they'll tell you clearly that Oni is a direct descendant of Oduduwa. Now, before I go, Mama Izzy, please, there is this paper online. Currently, I posted it on my page, and so many people were angry. Aside being angered, I received so many comments. So there's also a counter. The paper talks about the Oni of Ife, that whenever he wants to visit the Oba of Benin, he will definitely make some sacrifices. That's unaliving cows, black cows, 7. So before you can see the Oba of Benin, even when the Oba of Benin is coming into Ife. So some people are saying it's a claim. Definitely, you see this paper. Clearly, that's the paper Yoruba progenitor remembered. When did the Oni of Ife make this statement? Maybe it was a mistake. Maybe it just came out. Maybe the ancestors knew how they made him say it. This statement was made on October 26th, 1990. So 1990 till now, it's about 35 years ago that Oni Okumade Sijua, they made this statement. And the most concrete part of it that will make everybody to know that it was not just an edited book. If you go to the Lagos Daily Times, they have all these papers in their archives till date, except they will not want to release it. But you can go there and verify. And it was taken by the journalist, is a prominent man in Lagos. Maybe he's still alive or not. But the picture of him is also available online. His name is Lekan Yusuf. Lekan Yusuf is a Yoruba man. He interviewed the Oni of Ife. Clearly, you can see the Oni of Ife coming out from he was doing that's the Olojo festival during this period when the statement was taken from him and it was recorded. But the Oni did not allow the journalist to probe this statement, or he didn't give more details about it, but just made mention. So you can see the green tick there. That's where it is written. So Mama Izzy, please, I would like you to bring out the bold one, that particular statement. Yeah. So it was written clearly there. He said it with his mouth. Good. They said Yoruba ancestors remembered. Maybe some of us here, I believe, maybe just few of us, maybe people in the comment section, I don't know. Not all of us have a short-sightedness. For me, I can see clearly by Lekan Yusuf. It was at least, you can see the date there, 26th. Yeah, 26th October 1990. So he said the Oni of Ife, Arole Oduduwa, Obakumade Sijuade Olubuse II, must unalive 7 cows, 7 black cows, whenever he plans to go to Benin, Benden State. Of course, you all know when Benden State and Delta was shed. Benden State on traditional visit. Obakumade Sijuade, who revealed this to, to newsmen at his palace last Saturday, said the unaliving of the 7 black cows was a custom and tradition imposed, mark that word, imposed by the ancestors, read that in capital letter, of Yoruba race when the empire was founded, according to him. Now, I'm not even going to argue that Ife is not an empire. Of course, we know it's not an empire, but I'm not going to argue that. Now, you can see clearly on this newspaper, this was not written by an Edo man. It wasn't an Edo man that interviewed him or whatever. Although he didn't go further, but there are other written words that, because he was interviewed definitely. So there are words on that newspaper. Mama, you can take it back to that former one. Maybe I think my people have read it. So there are words on that newspaper. I have the book here. So I'll read it clearly for you people. So it will not look as if, yeah, these other words you are seeing here, they are not too long.
I should praise the book. No, okay, let's leave the newspaper.
Yeah, so I'm going to read the newspaper. What is written there? Those places you guys are seeing.
Power tap, guys. Let's get to 100K likes. Let's go, guys. Power tap. Thank you.
Now, as written, Yoruba progenitors remembered. The Ooni of Ife, Arole Oduduwa, Oba Okunade Sijuade Olubuse II, must unalive 7 black cows whenever he plans to go to Benin State on traditional visit. Oba Okunade Sijuade, who revealed, they didn't say it for him, he said it himself, who revealed this to newsmen at his palace last Saturday, said the unaliving of 7 black cows was a custom and tradition imposed by the ancestors of Yoruba race when the empire was founded. That's for the top, the green tick. Now, I'll go to the next paragraph. Arole Oduduwa was briefing the press shortly after he emerged from the marathon seclusion that preceded the Olojo Festival, which was marked in the ancient city of Ife last weekend. We are in 1990 now, so I'll be reading like I'm there. Last weekend, the Ooni declared, Benin, the Ooni declared, had a very powerful historical and traditional link with Ile-Ife, adding that anytime a reigning Ooni moves out of Ife to Benin, he didn't say to any other location, to Benin, he must perform all rituals and sacrifices stipulated by Oduduwa. Who is Oduduwa? The same Oduduwa we are talking about. Oba Sijuade would not allow the press to probe further on the issue of Benin 7 black cows and declared, okay, he would not allow the press to probe further on the issue of Benin 7 black cows and declared in the entire Yoruba kingdom. He said there are about 402 gods and goddesses, out of which 201 are worshipped in Ile-Ife. The traditional ruler made a very serious case as to why the people of Nigeria must not abandon their tradition and custom, saying before foreigners, Islam and Christianity, the Yoruba race have their ways of worshipping their creator. Now, this is the Ooni speaking. The Ooni told the press that his loyal position as Arole Oduduwa would not allow him to compromise the issue of tradition and custom, saying, I have intensified my efforts to propagate what my ancestors put down, both at home and in foreign countries. Tradition and celebration of Yoruba festivals, he said, did not disturb Islam and Christian religion, adding, let us learn to be religiously tolerant, and we must all know that we are worshipping one God, true, though in different ways. This is the Arole Oduduwa speaking about Kunade Sijuade. Ooni of Ife spoke extensively the importance and significance of Olojo Festival, disclosing that Olojo is the day when the founding fathers and progenitor of Yoruba race established Ife. According to tradition, when I go into seclusion, he's not the one speaking. When I go into seclusion for Olojo Festival, I usually see many things that you people cannot see. And I follow my ancestors to where you people cannot go. One major significance of Olojo, he said, was that it is only the day the Ooni wears the sacred Are crown. That's the Ooni speaking. Is the only day, the Olojo Festival is the only day the Ooni wears the sacred Are crown, adding, it is the belief of the Yoruba race that whatever prayers you say when Are crown is on the head of Ooni must be heard and effected by the Creator. He said, during my seclusion, this time around, I communicated with my progenitor and they told me all Nigerians must pray well and cooperate with the administration of President Ibrahim Babangida so that 1992 can be realistic. That's the Ooni speaking. Talking about his experience during the seclusion, Oba Sijuade declared, I have to obey the demands of my ancestors in the interest of Yoruba race and Nigeria. I do without food and water for days and I am purified now. And now I have a lot of energy in me. On the position of traditional rulers in the country, the Ooni remarked, we must not forget that traditional rulers are fathers of the nation, and as such, we must carry them along in everything we do. Now, he also went further to say, this is the 1990 Olojo Festival. history as one that has witnessed. Okay, the person that is taking this account was not saying this history is witnessed by an unprecedented number of people from home and abroad. Oni of Ife emerged with his Are crown at about 5:30 p.m. and before 4 p.m. sea of heads had taken over the entire community, the neighborhood of the Palace Square. There were so many people there during the Olojo festival of 1990. By tradition, on Olojo Day, the Oni had to emerge from his marathon seclusion and proceed to Okemogun. I believe Okemogun is where they do that, right, on legs to offer ritual and sacrifices to progenitor of Yoruba race. On the particular occasion, hundreds of policemen and cane bearers, Lololoko, I believe Yorubas will know what they mean by Lololoko, had to resort to beating and pushing the people before Obasijua Day could be led to Okemogun Shrine amidst tight security. This is what the newspaper here, this is what it said. Maybe if you need a copy, it can be printed out, or you can go to Lagos and verify if it's fake. Now, before I'll go further, I'll talk about the unaliving of cows. For those of you that have argued that Kaladera is not Oduduwa, or there are no connections, in 1982, when Barejawa visited Oni, the 49th Oni, that Oni made it when Oba Erejawa came. He said, "Welcome home, my son." And Oba Erejawa told him immediately that the father cannot be the son. And they laughed over it. Its history is there. He told him immediately. Now, if a Kaladera as a prince that wandered away into another land we didn't know, he is not this particular person we are talking about. What has now brought about please, I'm sorry. Can anybody hear me?
We can hear you.
Yes,
Hello, can anybody?
we can hear you.
Yes,
Yeah, we can hear you.
Very clear.
Okay, thank you. Okay, I think so. Okay, now when we want to talk about the unaliving of cows, why will the Oni that is claiming to be the father, he started claiming to be the father, why will he unalive cows for a son, his self-acclaimed son that he is coming to see? There are pictures of the past Onis coming to Benin to talk about Benin. They do come, whether it's for a normal visit. I'm not saying whether it's for a normal visit, whether it's for something so important, but they do come to Benin. So why should a father make sacrifices to see a son? If there's any Yoruba person here, you can come up and debunk it that it's a lie. And I will also, there's one particular video that I'm going to talk about now. But before I talk about that, this is from the school of thought of the Benin. We have it in our history that this Ekaladeran, when he got to the forest of Urokoko, where he was supposed to be unalived, an oath was taken on that sacred ground that he must not return back to this city, which is Benin. He must not return back. Definitely, he knew that if he was to return back, the oath that was taken must be cleansed. This, from our own history, you on your own as a viewer, you should use it logically with what the Oni said with his own mouth in an interview. You should use it logically. What are they cleansing? If these people are not connected, if they are not the same, what are they cleansing? Since he is now occupying the position of the said Ikaladera, who we believe is Oduduwa, are they cleaning? Is it that the people just want to eat cow when the Oni wants to visit Benin, or is it they want to cook for the Oba of Benin? Now, this is a tough question, and I believe whosoever that's a Yoruba person, if you come up, we don't bite and I don't bite, I will engage you. You tell me why the Oni came out to talk about it on a very important day, that is Olojo festival. I think this is I think this is a very valid point. A very valid point to bring the controversies around Oduduwa to a final stop. I think because if none of these Yoruba people can answer it, definitely there's no point in arguing with them that this prince is not there, because from the Benin school of thought on this history of Oduduwa, it's very clear, and you can see now that this newspaper, I've been looking for it for so many years. I've been looking for it. Now it's here with us. And before I'll go further, Mama Izzy, please, there's a video of Oni Sijuade, Okunade Sijuade, that I want you to play for us, that he talked about unaliving cows for each river. The Oni was talking about unaliving cows for each river when he was interviewed. That's the this Oni of Ife that also made the same statement. This particular video, Mama Izzy, are you there? This can anybody hear me?
Mama Izzy,
I'm here.
are you there, ma?
Okay. So now,
Very clear.
okay, now I want you people to store something, please. I want us to store this date on our long-term memory. That's Olojo Festival, October 26th, 1990. I want us to store it in our long-term memory. While we are storing it, then this video, yeah, I want all of us to listen to this. Mama, please, you have to start it again. It started from the middle.
If you are ready.
So please.
We are ready.
Governor Nigeria, 1903. Oh, Amade, Gazette, Federal Gazette. Mukawa. Federal Government Gazette, 1903. February 28th. Governor Nigeria was here. Why invite all me? And so I'm really going to come for that. Obanja.
Why did they report me?
Yeah, somebody, yeah, I'm feeling it here too.
Council cool. Council Nigeria and John Nile Yuba. Only in the con. Olóni Adé lè sọ̀rọ̀ Adé. Olóni Aládé lọ́jọ́. Ọ̀ọ́ni wá ní ó sọ fún ìgbọ́ ẹ pé ọ̀ọ́ni kan jáde rí. Gómìnà ní kí ni àwọn lè ṣe fún ọ̀ọ́ni láti jáde. Ó ní gbogbo rivers báyìí tó bá máa pọn lọ́nà. Black cow kọ̀ọ̀kan. Gómìnà ló ara 1,000 cows.
This was 1903. Oh, it's not the same thing with the newspaper.
Okay. So, please,
I think
my people.
Greater said though that I think this video and the newspaper reports and we are not done the same day. They were different interviews.
That's what so what I'm trying to say is, what I'm trying to say now is, you people have listened to this video. You have listened to this video. Now, I want you all to understand that this video was done when this particular king was not born. That was in the early 1900s, that 1903. Sorry, this statement he just made, the statement he was talking about, he was interviewed about Alafin of Oyo. So he was trying to prove a point that when is he a Lekpe of Ekpe? Ojokmo, you can help me on that. It's like a Lekpe of Ekpe as at that time. Try to fix a crown. Yeah, good. He tried to fix a crown on himself. So the 46th Oni as at that time was invited to come and speak as he was revered as king of Yoruba at that time. That's the point he was trying to make on this video. 1903, not 1990 of the Olojo Festival. So there are two different occasions, even when he mentioned Black House. And Robert Smith, a white man, wrote about this event of 1903, that even everything the Oni said here, there are no evidence so far to conclude that this claim was true, that they gave only 1,000 cows, that the governor agreed to give Oni 1,000 cows, that there are no proof to it. Robert Smith, he wrote about it. Kingdoms of Yoruba.
They will get it in that page 28. Page 28.
Page 28, go and read Kingdoms of Yoruba by Robert Smith. He said there are no evidence to prove that the Oni was giving 1,000 cows. That's the 46th Oni. So it is very, very different. He wasn't even talking about Benin. I believe nobody heard Benin. Nobody heard Benin. He was talking about Alafin. I've watched the whole interview. He was talking about the position of Alafin. So he was trying to prove a point that his grandfather, Olubusedi the first, went to that place, that he was the one invited to settle the dispute of crown that was that the Elekpe of Ekpe was trying to take. And he told them that it's only 21 crown that is in Yoruba land that are of a king. He made it clear. So people are trying to use that video to debunk this 1990. So wherever you see it, just know that it's a lie. The Oni Okunade Sijuade made this statement on a separate day, 1990. You can see, for those of us that are conversant with movies, videos made in 1990 are very different from the ones made in 2015, 2014, and 2010. And now, if you come to think of it, the Oni did not, he was speaking. Nobody spoke for him in this video. He did not make mention of a larger festival. He did not make mention of Benin. And he also said one cows. And if you want to ask me, if I should ask a tough question, if any Yoruba can come here and debunk it, they said, according to them, the people that are trying to debunk the claim, they shot themselves on the foot, that it is whenever the Oni wants to come out, that is not only peculiar to Benin that he must unalive 7 cows, that is whenever the Oni wants to come out of Ife to other places that he must unalive black cows. Do you want to tell me that from the pastor Oni Okunade Sijuade till this current Oni, they must have unalived about 1 million cows, if not 2 million, because you cannot tell me that they've not traveled outside their boundary. Now, if you want to also tell me that the tradition has been stopped, but that of the Benin has not been stopped, it's still going on. There's a clear picture of which I've posted before on my live section, that when the Oba of Benin got to Ife, there were still cows there, and it's still unalived them. So there are ways they do these things that the people that are arguing online do not know. This tradition is still ongoing. The Oni brought out doves, he unalived them. He did so many things which so many of all these stuff might not come out online due to the sacred reasons. They might not come out online. So I don't know why people keep on arguing. But this video, I'm debunking the claim that this video and this larger festival newspaper, I'm debunking the claim that they are the same. They are not the same. They are different. And it's a lie wherever you hear it from. Whosoever that said it, that they are the same video, they want to use it as a point. They should debunk the fact that this particular newspaper, the reason the Oni said it, they should debunk it. They should say it's a lie. They should blame the Oni for saying it. And they should tell us the reason why the Oni that claims to be the father of the Oba of Benin will make sacrifices first before stepping his foot in the territory of the Oba of Benin. If you are logical enough, you will watch the video where some people went to Ife recently. They met the current Oni of Ife, and the current Oni of Ife had to say he cannot just come into the territory of the Oba of Benin, that he must inform the Oba of Benin, even though he did not buttress his point, what he was talking about. But logically, you should know what it means. Now, he came to Benin, the video is there, and he also said in the palace of the Oba of Benin that he cannot just come to Benin without checking up on the Oba of Benin. The normal rights has been done. So the contest you are seeing here of taken by Lekan Yusuf, who is not an Edo man, he does not have anything to benefit. This is one of my points, that a Castle Oduduwa. Now, before I move further, Mama Easy, please, if there's any Yoruba person there.
Wait, so before you enter part 2, make I just add something to what you just told us.
Okay.
Any first of all, if you the video they are trying to use to debunk this empirical facts, where you carry scatter social media, so for Twitter, everybody they cry everywhere and they cry, tears. We just they mop tears up and down. The thing they are trying to this one they try to do now is not even making any sense. It's not adding up. Why? Because the counter claim, wait till the only talk, because he's not a king, he's a chief priest, but right. Wait till he talk now, say when he want to enter Benin, if he want to go see about Benin, he go sacrifice 7 black cows. So that is his own account, his own personal account. Wait till he talk with his mouth. Now when the one they are now trying to use to debunk, it says that for the need to come up for palace, that is the governor, I be the British council, I be waiting call must now then go provide the cow. You see the difference. There's a contextual difference there, because then one, it has to be done for him to leave, that which makes him important. What the other one, he has to do it. He has to do it to see the Oba of Benin, and not just to see the Oba of Benin. He has to do it even if the Oba of Benin comes to see him. So you see, this is where they are not trying to be half smart. They are just saying Bala Blue, Bulaba, and all this one. All this is they are trying to save face. They know that what they are saying is nonsense, and they know that they have stupid followers that will just eat up anything they say. So I don't blame them. Anyways, I don't want to. I like what you are doing, and you don't educate us. You want to kill us with knowledge and information. Continue. Thank you. Domo, sir.
I talk for you, Baba. Thanks a lot. Before I go further, I want to quickly make a point. On my easy, I don't know if you see the page. I took out a page where Gariwa was referenced, where he talked about Romeo coming to Benin. Okay. Now, before she will bring it, Yoruba people, most Yoruba people, they are claiming they will talk about Hussein to shoot themselves on their own leg. Now, Hussein as a place, we agree to the Benin oral account that Oromia was invited. He was invited. He didn't come by conquest. These people will read some parts from Egareva's work. They will refuse to read the part where Egareva wrote. Where Egareva wrote that, because it was Akin Jogbin. Akin Jogbin wrote that Oromia came to conquer Benin. Egareva said it never happened. That the one and only conquest, it's there if you can read it. The one and only conquest the Benin faced was in 1897. Nobody conquered Benin. The meaning of conquest, when you conquer people, you are definitely going to take over the territory, the throne of that people. This is why empires existed. Because when kingdoms are conquering other kingdoms, they extend into empires. They become an empire because they are swallowing, fishes are swallowing smaller fishes. So if you want to tell me that Romeo came to conquer, you do not have an account for the station of his armies, his descendants or warriors, the camp he stayed, you do not have account for these things, and you just stand up to say he conquered, he conquered. Clearly the people or the person you are claiming to be our first historian that you want us to agree with his account, which we are telling you that not all his accounts are correct. We will take some for it, but we'll take some for ignorance. Now, this is the person's account that you are referring to. Why don't you read this page that he said nobody ever conquered Benin except 1897? That Oromia never invaded anywhere in Benin. Why don't you read this part to buttress your own point? Is it that you just dislike the Benin history, or you just dislike the Benin people, or you just want to preach hatred against the Benin people? Because I will never see a book that did not say anything about you. I will claim this book is saying something about you. This is it there. I believe all of us can read it. Now, let me also read it for the people that cannot see it clearly. To these claims of conquest, Egareva replied to that. As far as I know, this is Egareva speaking. So I'm speaking like Egareva. As far as I know, and all Benis know this, Benin was conquered only once by an external force in their long history. and that was in 1897 by the British. No other foreign force, let's speak that, no other foreign force ever succeeded in approaching Benin, not to talk of conquering it. That's a Gareva. So these people that are reading, I know they are screenshotting it from Google. What is not there, they are trying to force it that it's there. So Oromia coming to Benin to conquer, Hussein will never tell you this account. The Hussein they are claiming, the Hussein will never tell you this account, because Hussein cannot be, there cannot be a history of conquering people and Hussein will be there in peace. You must see the remarks of warriors. You must see the remarks of camps. That is why Eko is in Eko. That's why it's a name for camp. You see stations. You go to Agenibode when the Benin were going to Ida War in 1515, 1516. There are villages that were created. You go to Igwe in Esan land, Eben, all those people, they will tell you that we were going to war. This is where we were going to. Go to the eastern part. You see some places that were created. Go to Idon and Inondo. You see places. You see remarks of warriors, remarks of the king, remarks of the people. That's to tell you. This is to tell you that something happened at some point and these people had a fight. So they will agree. Even when one Ogamias at that time was interviewed, he said no, that Oromia did not come to conquer. Oromia could not even stay. History has it, he stayed for 5 years. That was when he made mention Ile Ibinu, that these people are vicious. How can you be a conqueror and you are still running away from the people that you conquered? How can you be a conqueror and you left your only child? So the people that are arguing, we agree to the fact that he left an infant, he left a pregnant woman, you left a baby in a city where you conquered. You were not afraid that this baby might be unalived on your behalf, because nobody will want an emperor or a warrior that conquered them to leave a child or a trace, a lineage in their soil without any guidance. So who were the warriors of this person? What are the titles? There are titles in Benin that are created for warriors because of what they did also. I don't know if I'm making a mistake. Are Onaka Kanfo of Oyo, because he's a warrior. Maybe I didn't pronounce it well. But that position is there. This is to portray him, portray who he is as a warrior and what he did and what he's doing for the Oyo as a kingdom or an empire. So if you want to prove that Oromia conquered, first of all, you should read this Egareva's book. Secondly, you should tell us why he left his little child, his little son, who became Obaeweka, why he left him in the hands of the people he conquered. You will tell me. And you will tell me the woman he married, if it was forcefully or if it was in peace. And that's for that. So about conquest, I'm debunking it. It's a lie. It never happened. Oromia came in peace. And the footprints are there that he came in peace. And he left in fear. That's why he made mention of Ile Ibinu, except you do not want to agree that Ile Ibinu was ever mentioned. So you cannot agree to the positive side of history at some point. For a history that is so straight, you cannot agree to some points and you disagree with some other points that will contradict what you agree to. It's an error. So they are trying to distort history at any means. So if you know you are a Yoruba person, you're on this platform and you want to debunk what I'm saying, kindly, I'll start again from the starting. You start debunking it from the first point. Now, this is the second point of conquest. Before I move further, maybe any of my brother in the panel will have something to say before I go to the third point.
According to documents, sorry to call it badge, according to our historical documents, Oromia did not only work up to 5 years. So I don't think there's any documents from our history, from all our historians. I think it's always around 6 months to a year, according to their own all the books about Oromia that me I've read personally. I've never seen 5 years. Some will say, like Dr. Eisen will say, I think 7 months, 6 months, something. I think this guy said over a year. That is a Gariba. The other Dr. OSB Omoroge, I think he's also said some months up to or almost a year. So I don't think he lived 5 years. So I just wanted to correct that. And also that Ile Ibinu, please educate these people, because the next thing that you have said that partner made, they don't record and not all say hey, this is what they are saying. They have been saying. Please let them know that is not the name of Benin.
so that please just I educate them. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Like I said earlier, I just made mention of it in that context of trying to describe Oromiyan that he came to Benin. Ele Ibinu as a word is not the Ubini you people know that the Shekiris or the Robos made mention of. Ubini as a word is far older than Igodo. So Ubini is our name, not Ile Ibinu. So I don't know the part of your history. For you, maybe you're among the persons that thinks it was Oromiyan that made mention of it. No, that's a lie. So Ubini as a word is on its own. So if there's a word that is kind of alike with the word Ubini, you shouldn't think it must be that Bini as a word was derived from that word. So Ubini is on its own and it's very, very old. That was why Obaewedo used it. Edo as a word is older than Igodo. That's why we have a title, Edohe, which people now pronounce as Edohe. So Edo as a word has been there, and it's a name for a person. And people, they've been using it for a very long time. So before Obaewa used it in 1440 when he ascended the throne. So Edo is far older, even than more than the word Igodo. So Igodo wasn't mentioned by Oromiyan, so let me clarify that. Thank my brother for your remarks. So I think next point, and for the people that are claiming that we know we've already debunked that Mecca, well, because if you come from Mecca, you cannot be an indigene. You cannot come from heaven and be an indigene of an existing tribe. It's an error. So that's a very wrong account. It has been debunked a long time ago. Now they are trying to use Okiora. The Okiora they are using, if you also read the works of the same Akinjogbe, it contradicts whatever they are trying to claim. Now, Akinjogbe, he agreed with Samuel Johnson and Uwese Baba Ezomo. Ezomo just made mention of it. I was forgetting earlier. Ubini Nowa, Ubini Nuria. Ubini Nuria was described as this Benue Plateau confluence that we are talking about today. That's Ubini Nuria. That's why they made mention of it. Ubini Nowa is the one we are now. Uwese Baba. Yeah. So in that context, Ubini as a word is far older. Ubini is far older. It's very, very old. So Ubini is even